1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, everyone. We will wait another minute or so before everyone joins us. For now, I'm trying to set up if everything can be heard and seen clearly. So, can I ask you to write in the chat if you can see me well, if you can hear me well? Are there any issues with that? Let's see if it all works fine, right? We will be talking about testing, so let's test it right away. Okay, I see first replies in chat. Great, thank you guys. So, giving you a bit of a heads up here, we are using, streaming internet. It's got some latency between me and you guys in the chat. So, there will be probably up to like a minute between something you type in the chat and I see it on my side, and vice versa. When I see it takes some time for me to answer, so for you again it'll be some delay. So we will deal with it. That's just the limitations of the technology we have. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. However, it should not be that bad. And in case something, is not working, you don't see me well, hear me well, please write to the chat. I will do my best to check it every so often so that I'll be able to help you here. Right. I see somebody cannot hear me. All right, I'll ask you one more time. Please, can you type in chat number 2 if you can hear and see me well? Okay, great. We're back. Everyone can hear me. Great. Okay, so if anyone joins us, that's totally fine. As a heads up, a recording of this session will also be shared with those who registered. You will receive it on your email, most likely tomorrow, because it takes some time for the system to process everything, to generate a link and include it for you guys. So that should be good. Okay, great. Thanks. Thank you, guys. Thank you for helping me here. So probably let's begin without any further ado. Let me move myself a little to this side right here. And that should be good to go. Okay, great. So our main topic for today, we'll be talking about software testing, right? And how this can really affect your life. We will get to that part a little later. But overall, this is what our agenda for today looks like. So we will begin with a quick introduction here. We will get to discussion of what is QA engineer role. We will talk about skills you need to have, and well, some of them you might already have to use for this role. We'll have a quick market overview about all the details of how can you get employed these days. We will talk about some steps you can take for this, and we will have a Q&A session and a very special gifts by the end of the webinar. So make sure you guys stay to the very end, right? Because all the best stuff will be right there. So with that, I'd like to ask you one question, if you don't mind. I'd like to know, where are you guys coming from? Like, where did you hear about this webinar? We are using different channels where we try to communicate with our audience. So if you can let me know in chat, where did you hear about our webinar? That'll be very helpful. And while you're doing it, I am going to introduce myself. So my name is Dmytro Silovonchik. Some of you might know me already from our Instagram. Others might have heard me from some conferences or somewhere else. However, for those who see me the first time in their life, again, my name is Dmytro Silovonchik. I work as a QA automation lead or a test architect. It all depends on the project, to be honest. In IT world, you don't really take just one position. It all depends on what project you work on, what are the tasks you have to solve. But that's pretty much saying that I'm, relatively high in my career, which means that I'm, pretty much, going to that managerial level, oversee a lot of people. But apart from that, why you should trust me, not just my role, it is also, I have extensive experience and I have my certifications from, such entities you might have heard of, like Harvard, like ICTQB. I recently got my MBA in IT from WGU. From behind me on both sides, you might find those diplomas. They're hanging right around here. And I participated in a lot of conferences. I work in QA field like 8 years now, over 10 years in AT overall. So if you'd like to learn more about me, you have a QR code right on your screen. You can scan it with your camera, access the website. It's very small and it talks about who I am and some of the links you might use. But enough about me. Thanks everyone who answered in chat. Thanks. I'm very pleased to see people coming from Instagram. That's very cool. So you guys have saw and heard me before, doing some funny videos, some educational videos. That's pretty cool. Thanks very much for joining us today. And with that, let's move on to our first topic, right? We will talk about what is software quality assurance or software testing, right? I know some of you might know it, but let's see if we know the right term in here. So, chat, let me know if you have heard about this position before, and if you did, how was it? Like, did you try to work for it? Or you know someone who works in this field? What made you interested in this position? So I'd like to hear some answers in here. Please let me know. Sorry, I've got a heater in here. It's just pretty hot. So just trying to fix that. So again, the question is, did you ever hear about software testing? And if so, where did you hear it from? Obviously, people coming from our Instagram, you guys know what it is, right? Definitely you saw me and my wife doing a lot of funny videos. And not just us, it's also our dog. Just recently made another one. So that's a lot of content, so you definitely have heard about it before. But let's see from the actual, term what it means. So software quality assurance, or SQA for short, which you can commonly see, is the ongoing process that ensures the software product means and complies with the organization's established and standardized quality specifications. Honestly, this is the longest sentence I'll have to say throughout this webinar. But let's break it down a little bit. While you're answering in chat, let's break down the same statement we just made by pieces to make it easier to understand. So first of all, we are talking about the process, right? So this is something that happens again and again. We have to repeat these actions all over again every time something changes, right? Whenever there is a demand to do that, we have to do it again and again. The second part of that is it have to meet and comply, right? We have to verify something, which means we've got some expected results and actual results, and we've got to compare, and if they don't match, that's kind of the problem, right? But what is that expected result? And that is quality specifications. That can be anything. That can be software requirements. That can be just overall people's expectations of some things that you guys do, right? If you're talking, say, about software, we expect it to work properly, right? And that is one of the expectations we might have. Even though this is not quite a good requirement, to be honest, but again, this is something we're just learning about it. So let's make it even a bit simpler, right? Trying to show the essence of this role. So we all know developers, right? They are cool, very sophisticated people who write code. They make something that was not imaginable before, realistic, and they create applications. Web, desktop, mobile, whatever it is, we all use it, right? And that is the second piece. So there are users who want to use certain applications, right? Again, access the website, download Instagram application, right? Or something like that. A lot of things can be developed. And people expect those, whatever kind of application it is, to work correctly, right? There are certain functions they want to see in it, and they've got to work the way we expect. And that is exactly where QA engineers come handy. We try to ensure that from developers, we are getting applications. They are the right applications. They work exactly the way end users expect it to work. So that's how it works. That's the essence of this position. So let's type in chat number 4 if everything is clear so far. Again, trying to break it down for you guys, and that's what I will do throughout today's session. My goal is to make all of this look, relatively easy and pretty clear for you guys. So if I'm doing good here, if everything is clear for you, please type 4 in chat so that I know you're following me here and everything is good. Okay, great. I see first replies. Perfect. So everything looks good. Again, if you have any questions throughout the webinar, feel free to ask them in chat. I will try to answer them as soon as I can and as soon as I see them. All right. Perfect. Let's move on. So what do QA engineers do, right? So those are fancy people. We established where they are in terms of the web or mobile or desktop application development, right? Overall, the process of development of writing code. What do QA engineers do? Their tasks, day-to-day goals, so to say. First of all, they validate how software looks, right? We all have certain expectations about the way software should look like. One small startup, maybe you have heard of this, called Apple, made pretty much the way we see phones and applications in them look, well, certain way. And that made us have certain expectations. Now, everyone follows that. This is not a new trend. You all know that all the phones are the same ever since the iPhone was released. And same goes for applications. A lot of applications try to follow the same logic of the visuals that Apple had set. So that's kind of one of the things that QA engineers do. Another thing, which might even be more important, they try to see how software functions. Again, certain expectations we have from every software. Instagram should allow us to post videos and photos, see them, put likes on them, put comments on them, follow other accounts, create accounts. You see a lot of functions, and all of that got to be properly tested. So people and users will have good experience from using the application. Another point in here, we ensure we build the right software. This is pretty funny. However, it is very common to see that, people had one expectation, and developer, well, he didn't quite catch it. And he built something else, similar in a way, but the way he saw it. And QA engineers are the ones that saying, hey, Mr. Developer, this is not what we expected. Let's redo it. We also clarify the logic, right? So that step by step, we are going to, whatever function we wanted to access, whatever goal we had from using the application, we are, doing it through some logic that it makes sense for people, because not everyone expects, to take some tutorial on how to use some application. But honestly, I don't think Facebook app is really using this approach. Probably they do not verify anything. That's If you try to make some setting changes, that's a problem in Facebook, to be honest. There was a question, are developers same as programmers in the process? Pretty much. So that's about the same term. We will not go too deep in all the terminology in here, because obviously more than just developers and QA engineers are involved in the process. However, you can say that programmers and developers are, pretty much the same term. All right, another goal, another task that QA engineers have, they produce related documentation. This is an endless problem. I'll be honest with you, because creating documentation is something boring in most of ways, and not really fun, and might seem not as important to some people. But I have quite a lot of experience, right? And I can tell you for sure, however I hate writing everything down, we need it. That is something that really matters, because few months later, or 2 weeks on vacation, you come back to the office, you do not remember anything at all, because all of that was past you. And good luck if it was you. It could be somebody else who left 6 months ago, and you have no contact with that person. And, try to establish what he meant by doing certain things. So that's what QA engineers look after. Another thing is we see software from user perspective. Now, this is very important. That is where the biggest difference comes between developers and QA engineers. Because developers, they see it from their perspective, right? Let's say we can say they are like builders, right? Does the builder really care how wide the door will be or how far it will open? They do not. They will install the door. It works. Yeah, it works. But what if the door is like 6 inch or 3 feet, right? There is a huge difference. And that might not be comfortable for end users, which are, well, people who will live in that building. And that is about the same for software. We try to make sure that what developers created is suitable for people, is comfortable for people to use. We also automate testing procedures. This is something of more advanced level, of course. However, very, very, very important skill. Because you see, we work in IT, right? And we should be able to make our life easier. That's pretty much the whole IT is all about, right? Making life easier, trying to automate things so that we do not have to waste our time and effort for them. Which means some of our actions can be automated. Not all of them, but a lot of them can be. And that is a totally separate skill set that QA engineers, well, must have, I would say. Not every project you can apply these skills, but having them is crucial. And last but not least, we provide quality. This is even what we have in our name of the position, right? Quality assurance. We try to provide the quality for the software so that the end product will have the right quality to it. So, now, this is the question I have. Out of all of what I mentioned right now, let's play true or false here. Do you need to have a computer science degree to work as a QA engineer? So you see these things that QA engineers do, but do you have to have the computer science degree to do it? Let's see your answers in chat. Again, true or false, do you need to have a computer science degree or not to work as a QA engineer? Okay, thanks for the answers. I see some people say no, some say yes. Well, truth is somewhere in the middle. You see, obviously, having the computer science degree will be helpful. However, if you already have a computer science degree, why would you go for quality assurance? Why not to go for something like development? You already know that, right? Why not to go for something even higher than that, or something more involved with the actual computer science? You see, quality assurance is not about science to say. It is more about making sure that all the things are working as expected. And those expectations are not something that comes from books, right? That is something that comes from other people. So communicating is one of the skills that matters a lot in here. So let's see here. Can you transfer your previous skills in this career? So let's say you want to switch your career and you're interested in quality assurance. What are the skills? What is that essence that can really help you to be successful? So, number one is analytical thinking. This is something that allows you to see through the process, see through the software, analyze everything. If something goes wrong, why is it happening? Not like actually getting in the code. No, developers are for that. However, you can help developer understand at what part of the code they should look at so that the problem will be resolved. Another skill is communication. It's not about public speech, right? Not what, like, I'm talking to you guys, a lot of you are listening to me. That is communication too, but this is more about making sure you can communicate clearly about what you saw, right? You saw a bug in a software, and it's not like, ooh, look, it's a bug. That's not helpful, right? A 4-year-old kid can do the same. But your task is to make it clear, to write down where it happened, under what circumstances, right? What caused it. And that is communication. Teamwork and collaboration comes in here just as well. IT is about communicating and collaborating. So you will have to work, again, I mentioned a lot about developers, but you will also work with people from operations that will establish the environment for you to work on. You will work with UI, UX designers, with business analysts who will provide you the expected result and, well, the requirements of whatever you are creating and testing. So that matters a lot, right? So teamwork, again, not really be team like playing in like football or something, but more about being able to see who is responsible for what and do your part the best you can. Problem-solving abilities. Again, mentioned it before, not problem-solving like going in code and trying to do the developer's job, but more about, have that mindset that if something goes wrong, you don't blame it on developer, but instead you try to help him like, hey, look, this is the problem. It happened to me here, and this is what I saw. Those are the logs I have, or here is the video recording of the actions I was doing. So that helps a lot. And those are the skills that are really helpful in here. And again, this is what pretty much every person have, right? Something broke in your home, you don't just cry about it, right? You try to see what's going on. Maybe like unplug and plug it back helps. So that is problem solving just as well. And adaptability and flexibility. So again, especially for those who are trying to switch the career, being agile, being able to adapt to ever-changing environment is a great skill. And again, I believe that every person is like that. These days, you cannot expect anything to be the same. Pretty much every day we get new technologies. 2 years ago, ChatGPT was not a thing. If you tell this name to anyone, no one will understand it. These days, it's hard to meet someone who did not hear about it before, right? So, let's see if we have people who match these skills. In our chat, do we have anyone having at least 1 or 2 or 3 of these skills on their own, even if you do not work in IT right now? While you're answering, okay, I see first answers. Nice, very good. Thanks for your answers, guys. Nice. Okay, great. So, here's a good question. Is it a good time to join a career? I know for sure we have some people here in our webinar right now, and possibly those who are watching us in recording. Is this a good time? Because we all have heard about some layoffs before, or, that it is a very competitive working in IT. A lot of people are interested in that, and obviously there is a competition. So is it a good time right now? Like now? Well, let's see some information in this regard. Here is the official data that I've got from bls.gov, again, governmental website. So these are the values for 2022. 2023 just ended. They did not put out the updated values yet. But this is the overall view on software developers, quality assurance analysts, and testers. So pay, yeah, it's pretty good, of course, but that's not even the key I'm trying to put in here. Number of jobs, look at that. 1.8 million jobs. And that's in US, right? I'm talking about just US in here. Job outlook. That is what is the projected growth of the industry, like how many new positions are expected to be opened. And 25% is the value in here, which is much faster than average. That's what it says on the website. Trust me, I did not write that. If you want, I can share the link and you will see that that's what they put up on the website. You might think, what is the much faster? What is the average growth of the positions? This means that how many new positions will be added on the market. So more companies are getting created, more people they will need. And that is just 3%. That is the average. And we are at 25% in here for QA. So yes, it is a pretty good time to join right now. Another point, again, talking about the compensation for your work. This is the same website, but it only dilated to software quality assurance analysts and testers without developers. About 100,000 is the median pay per year. So that's about what you expect when you join the QA industry. Again, pretty healthy number. I know that developers can be making more, and of course, the higher you grow, the more you will get, but that's about the typical number you pretty often can see QA engineers doing. Some of you might think it might be for youngsters, like you're feeling too old for this, and it's not easy to join something where you are, well, not in your 20s. Not quite true again. 43 years old, in fact, is the average age of QA engineer. It was surprising for me as well. Trust me, I'm younger than that, so I'm pulling this number down, doing my best, but getting older day by day. Immigration and people who are coming from different countries. That is another topic that a lot of people are unsure about. And let me tell you this information that I recently discovered. This is from 2019, okay? I did not find the more updated official information. So this one, again, as you can see, American Immigration Council. But even back then, which is almost 5 years ago, 24% of STEM employees, STEM, again, science, technology, engineering, and math, so that's where we fall in, were immigrants. 2.5 million is that, to be in exact numbers. And that number has doubled since 2000. And I heard that it is getting closer to doubling again within following just few years. So again, don't have official numbers to prove that. However, this was like, again, 4 years ago. So that is pretty decent. Like, even if you're coming from other countries, like I am, I was not born in US, but I came here and I work in this industry and, well, for years already. And I know for sure that there are a lot of immigrants working in here too. Okay, is this a good profession for me? You might think about it, right? Is it really something that I might be interested in? I mean, me, myself, of course I am, but I'm talking from like you voice inside. Is it good for you? Well, let's see at some more stats and information in here. I recently found that QA engineers are happy. They are among happiest jobs. So this website, Career Bliss, they made a survey talking to different people from different industries. Like in top, you can see realtors, law clerks, right? People not from IT also making in here. But even from IT world, QA engineers of different levels made 4 out of 10 positions in this top. That's pretty cool. And I can say it from myself, this is the next slide, I'm happy as well. My wife, she works, especially if you follow our Instagram, you know she works in this industry as well. We are happy working in this industry. It's pretty cool. It's not as challenging and as demanding as developers, or especially the operations guys. Those people have to work all of the normal working hours to either fix something or make something work on hardware side. they are much more pressured. However, we as QA engineers don't really have to do it that often. Not that often. Pretty much do it at all, realistically. Like at my previous company, I worked for 4 years. I've never had to take an overtime. 4 years, no overtimes at all. And even at my current company, I don't really have to take overtimes, but sometimes they ask to help us with some essential stuff. I work for an electrical company, and you guys like having electricity in your homes. Right. I mean, you're watching me with the help of electricity. And yes, sometimes our company needs some help. So again, not related to key engineering, more about just something that my company has to do. So is it for you? Like, really? Let's think about it now. Let's type 7 in the chat if you like what you see so far. Again, I'm not really saying that type 7 and you join in the QA tomorrow. Would be happy to do. But realistically, just let me know if you like, if you're following what I'm saying here, if that looks good to you. So again, type 7 in chat. And in meantime, I also have a couple more facts for you guys. Okay, I see some of you are already answering. Great, perfect. Okay, very good. Very good. Thank you for your answers. So while the rest of you are answering, so a couple more facts. So I took this one off Forbes just yesterday. I found this article. Top industry for remote workers in 2024 is, well, computer and IT. And guess what? QA engineering is a part of that industry. And you can make it in here. If you are just looking for something to work remotely, definitely I'm not the first person to tell you that IT is the number one industry. And this article just supports this point, right? It is probably the easiest industry to work from home. This is great. I mean, I work remotely. So does my wife. We are, well, living in the same house, but 2 floors apart just to keep a little bit of a distance sometimes because, well, being remote is great, but you also have to focus sometimes, right? So if that's the only problem you have, well, you might be quite happy about where you work. I know what I'm talking about. And another fact that I have here is something we have discussed, right? It's something I ask you guys in chat. QA without a degree. I had this discussion on Reddit. You see, it is from 3 years ago. However, well, it still remains true to the day. Quite a few people, I just made, some screenshots of answers, but there was like a full thread of people saying that, yes, they might put up a requirement like, yeah, have a computer science or at least information technology degree. Well, when I started, I did not have one. And so did not have one degree like that. A lot of friends I made in this industry over years. A lot of my friends who joined after me did not have degree as well. Lawyers, marketing people, some arts, and so on and so forth. From a very different backgrounds, people are coming and switching to this role. And it is completely possible. Again, talking back about all the skills you've got to have. Did you see the one that requires you to know how to write code in assembly? Or how to put up the entire computer from ground up? Or, launch servers? Or, do some stuff like that? No. I'll be real with you here, completely honest. You do not have to do that. Obviously, later in your career, you can start doing it if you want to pursue that, if you like it, but you don't have to. In my current role, I do not do that at all, and I'm relatively high. So that just shows that requirements in here are not as high. Talking about career perspectives, where can these skills from QA engineering can get you, right? How can you grow? What is that career ladder looks like? And here is a very simplistic overview. Now, of course, it does not talk about like performance testing, security testing, other, branches. It does not talk about every step, but it gives you the overall view of how the career can look like. So QA engineer is where everyone starts. Again, this is the information from Glassdoor. I'm not making this up. Glassdoor is a very popular website for job search. So, well, they know something about positions and how much they pay for it. So these are the salaries you can see and the rough years of experience expected for this role. So as you can see, going up to like principal QA engineer and director of quality engineering is somewhat like manager of QA department as well. 200K plus is something you can expect. So, going step by step with years of experience, you can build an extensive career that will be, compensated pretty well. But you don't really have to stay with that. You can also start as a QA and then switch to development or project management. Maybe operations, you will like it and you will switch to it. Customer experience and, of course, IT management are other options you can definitely follow for it. Now, the main question, especially for those who did not join this field yet, but would really love to do that. So, this is something we are very proud of, and that is the best QA course ever. This is a very special course that we built with help of our subscribers from Instagram. We have quite an extensive community of people, those who just want to join the IT industry, of course, but mainly with those who already work in this industry. Those are specialists from different fields working with different software types, but all of them contributed in building this course. And some of you might have seen my stories where we discussed it a lot, especially by the end of the year. But this is the course we are very proud of. And that is not a coincidence. We call it the best QA course ever because we know what we are about. So what is included in this course and how can it help you? So the first thing is that we combine live and recording sessions. I know there are so many courses that have just recording sessions like, hey, yeah, look at those videos, then do something. All right, here's your certificate. Good luck. We are with you guys. We take a family approach and we really, really working closely with you. We work on real life projects. So those are not some dummy websites somebody made on a constructor or something like that. Those are real projects. We have companies that we cooperate with and they give us, their real project they work on right now. And so that is something you will practice on. In this course, you get mentors who actually work in the field like me, but I'm not the only mentor. So we'll get to it in just a couple minutes. You also get a constant support from mentors and the family approach. Something, again, me and my wife, we are working on this course a lot, and family approach is what we are looking for. We are a family and we provide this family approach. And all of our previous students have definitely felt it, and we are always there. We are always there to help you, to support you, to answer your questions. Even it can be late hour, and I'll still, get in a message and answer you as soon as I can. Or so does my wife. And the last but not least, energetic and engaging learning process. We are responsible for that. You see me right now. I am energetic and I'm trying to engage you in all of the process we have right now on this webinar. However, during the course, it's no different. My goal is to make whole this course, everything you learn through it, engaging and interesting, provide you the context and all the integrations and all the information for you to really immerse in this and learn it, not just remembering things, but actually understanding what they are. Let's also briefly discuss who this course is for. So obviously not everyone should be a QA engineer. Everyone can. Don't get me right. Don't get me wrong in here. Everyone can, but only some of them won't. So who are those people that fit the best in switching to QA? First of all, curiosity-driven people. If you are always curious about different stuff, like myself, I did not study for QA engineering anywhere. And I was just very curious about everything. I built my first website when I was 14 just because I was curious about it. The more curious you are about things, the better this position is for you. And overall, IT is for curious people. But something more specific about quality assurance is attention. If you are an attentive person, if you are the one who notices all the details and can follow everything, you will be a great fit for this role. Computer users. This is by far the biggest group of people because everyone is using computers these days. It is hard to find a person that has never used a computer that does not have a phone, tablet, or, smartwatch, frankly. We are all full of technologies. And so if you are a part of this world, and I'm pretty sure you are, otherwise you would not be able to join this webinar, you will be a good fit here as well. And last but not least here, financially motivated people. Let's be honest, right? 100K we've been talking about before is a decent pay. No lie here. This is one of the reasons why people switch in this career. You can be very curious about everything, but if you're getting paid like 30,000 a year, I'm sorry. It's really hard to live just making that amount of money. But this role is something that can really help you to finally, get your financial goals in place. With that, let's move to our mentors. I will not spend much time on me. You already know myself. We talked about me. But definitely I'm going to be one of the main mentors and the one who will hold most of the sessions. But I will be joined by my wife, Christina. Again, those who follow our Instagram, you have seen her a lot in videos and stories. But she's more than just funny person making videos. She is a QA lead in a very large financial company. But apart from that, she's also a job mentor. And she helps people find their jobs. And that is, again, one of the things I will talk in just a couple minutes. But Christina helped a lot of people to join not just QA, IT, but overall find their job. Because here in States, it's not that easy. You have high competition pretty much anywhere you go. And Christina knows, shortcuts and some other tips and tricks that really help you to land a job offer. But apart from that, Christina is also smart. She also graduated on MBA in IT. She's also got her ISTQB certification just like I did. She studied in MIT as well, and she was also an honor student of Phi Theta Kappa. That was the student group. And she was invited there for, obviously, her, good deeds. She will be a second mentor for the course. And as I mentioned, again, we are offering a family approach, something that no other course can really offer. We can help each other and we are able to help you guys. So it's not like you have mentors that chatted about you somewhere and don't really know what's going on. We know our students. We talk with them. We interact with them all the time. And we also discuss them between us so that each of us knows, the specific needs of every student we get. With that, let's also discuss about the course structure in here. So this is a pretty approximate, very high-level view of the course structure. We start with the manual QA part. So we teach you guys all the basics, everything, how to write test cases, bug reports, what is the environment, what is the project like, how do you work in agile teams, and so on and so forth. What are the different types of testing techniques, and a lot of basic stuff that, well, frankly, you cannot avoid. You must know all of that. Once we're done with that, we move on to our automation part. Learning test automation is a crucial part. These days, you cannot find a proper QA engineering role without automation. You really must know it these days. And with the development of AI, these things will only get, well, more demanding. And talking about that, AI is also a part of our course. We will discuss different AI tools that you can use for testing, different tools that can overall be used on IT project, and you, well, should know about them before you start your work. And so again, this is the high-level view. However, you are able to switch. So you can take either only manual part or only automation part as well, if you prefer not to take the whole course. We will talk about it in just a couple minutes, but just as a hook for you. And the last, but definitely not the least, job placement assistance. First of all, I already told you about Christina. She knows a lot of information about how to find the job, how to apply for the job, how to go through the interview process. We will provide you one-on-one mock interviews so that you could train and be ready to really crush those interviews and get your offers signed. Now, apart from that, we also partner with companies that hire QA engineers. That is something, again, that helps both our students to first practice, right? As I mentioned before, we are working on real life projects. And so those companies that supplies us projects, they are also looking for QA engineers. Not every day, of course, but whenever there is a need, we always supply our students to those companies so that, we could fill up their roles and help our students to land their jobs. Now, I'm talking for a while here. Do we have any questions in the chat? Let me check that. And if you have a question here, you can ask me. We need people to be more demanding for this next year. Yep, Danny, very good point about that. Testers are representing user perspective. That's very true. Okay, good. I just was checking the chat. Sorry for just humming here with no reason. Again, if you have questions, you can feel free to write them in chat. I will be happy to answer them. With that, let's move on. Learning environment. Something that matters a lot and something we are actually very proud of because, you see, we are working with actual real-life tools through our course. So it's not like you are writing your bug reports in Excel spreadsheet, or you don't even know how would you communicate once you join the position. How would you communicate with your stakeholders? How would you communicate with your developers, right? A lot of courses are missing on that information. So here are your hard skills. Go on. We, on the other hand, we provide you the context, and we are really immersing you in that environment so that you know what it's like to be a QA engineer. You pretty much are a QA engineer during the studying. And then once you're done studying, you're completely ready to start working for any company. We are also working in small groups. Again, we are very proud to offer the family approach. And what family approach will be for 100 people or so, sitting there in a chat trying to decide what to order for lunch? No, we work in very small groups so that we know every student and we can really provide our support and help as soon as it is needed. You also get homework assignments. Again, real life projects, real life tasks. You will get them in the same fashion as you'd get them when you start working. So we are making sure that you guys get all the tools and all the context you need to be ready to work the day you finish our course and the day you start your new position. And of course, mentor support, something I mentioned again before. We try to help you as soon as we can. And we are always near and we can help you with that anytime. Pretty much even during the day when we are working on our just day jobs, doing our day-to-day tasks. Again, working on remote, we can answer you. We can even hop on a call and help. That's what we are doing for students. And that's what we offer for you guys as well. And talking about offers, here are the packages that we have. The first package is, well, we'll call it basic because in a way it is. This is you choose whether you want to take only manual or automation part, because we have some people coming over that already work as manual testers and they want to grow their career. They want to increase their income. And obviously learning automation is one of the main and, well, frankly, probably the easiest and more certain way to do so. However, you might also be someone who just joins the career and not really sure if automation is really for you. And, well, definitely you can get off with being just manual QA. I know I said there are less positions for manual. That is true, because even for essentially manual positions, they will have some automation tools as a part of a job description. Even though not a single day you will use those tools, they still want to see the knowledge of that. That is stupid, but that's how the industry works. Cannot do really much about it. However, we still include all the live and recorded sessions and lessons, all the materials for either of the courses you choose. You get the homework assignment plus our support so that you follow through the course and you are being successful with that. We provide interview preparation framework, right? So how to search for the job, how to apply for it. We provide you with the resume preparation and one-on-one mock interview again so that you are ready. You feel confident to go out in the job market and find that job offer, the one that's waiting for you. Another package we offer is advanced. This is, well, the most popular option that most of people really take because it includes both manual and automation part. They're going sequentially. You get everything that included in basic package. That to say, well, all the interviews, all the materials, all of that you get for both manual and automation parts. You get one-on-one mock interviews, but for senior level. Again, if you know both manual and automation, you can go straight ahead for your senior position so that it doesn't have to say senior QA engineer, but it means that you can apply for more jobs and definitely look for higher salaries because you have more skills than just someone who only knows manual part. And we provide, again, job placement assistance for those people. Again, we include resume, the framework for a job search. We also talk to all of companies that we work with about if they have openings, and we try to push you guys for those positions. So that is what included in our, well, most popular package. And the one that offers the most, right? Everything I have mentioned before, plus individual job coaching and interview preparation. I already mentioned several times that that's what Christina is doing. She's very great at it, and she knows how to do that. I'm joining that just as well because I know for sure how this industry works, and I'm working here for years, and I had a lot of students already, so I know what this process is like, how worrying it can be. And we will be there for you every time you need it. We will guide you through every step, just, grabbing your hand and just walking with you up to the moment you really succeed. We also provide the first month support after employment. sometimes you might join the position, you get through all the processes, you join your role, and you just freak out. The day one you go to your job, you just freak out. And you don't know what is that. Like, we were talking about, Microsoft Teams, and they're using Slack, or vice versa, or, something like that. Or we were talking about one programming language, and they're using different programming language. That is not something that really concerns you, to be honest, but you might, get just overwhelmed with that. And we will be there to help you, to guide you through that, to help you with all the materials, to provide you all the support, because most of those things I mentioned are not scary at all. You can do all of that, even though, you maybe have not heard about it before. A lot of companies are using something very sophisticated, some very, very unique, possibly in-house built tools. There is no chance you will know them, but they might be similar to something that we talked about or used during the course. So we will be there to help you with that. And you also get some exclusive learning materials and extended practice opportunities. So all of that is included with our premium, the most advanced, the most all ever included package. So talking about prices, these are the prices for each of the package. Of course, the most popular, as I mentioned, advanced, and that includes 5 payments of $1,080 per month. We break down payments. We don't really, pressure you to pay all up front, because obviously switching career is not an easy task, and you're looking to grow up in your income, so this is something we do to help. But that's not all. As I mentioned, we will have greater options towards the end of the webinar. So make sure you stay with us. And talking about some of the options you can take, this is something that we are offering for you guys. Try our course before you buy it. You can get an access to first 2 weeks of our learning process for just $50. You don't have to pay the whole sum up front. You can definitely just start with $50. You learn about how we work. You see what kind of sessions we have, what kind of home assignments you get, how we support you. You pretty much will try us for as low as just $50. 2 weeks of access, a lot of materials that will be included. So this is what it involves. You get the understanding of basic principles of testing. We will talk about what software, team, project, product, and development is. So we will establish that very foundation of what software testing is about. You will perform your first testing activities, and you will report your first bugs. So that is mostly about, seeing the way we work, so that you would understand how the rest of the course is going like. And it's not like you just, pay to see. You're getting the actual information, the actual support. So you will be our student for those 2 weeks. And if you don't want to continue, if you don't like the way we work, feel free to just stop there. The materials we will share with you during this period will also stay with you. So it's not we are robbing you or something, but we just offer you the easier and greater opportunity to see what is it like. Is it really for you? And learn more and get some foundational information as well. So, my presentation went away with that very hot deal. Just 1 second, I will bring that back. You see, testing is needed everywhere. Something can break on the way, so that is, again, was not tested properly. So let me pull that up. There we go. All right. Let me ask chat if you can see my presentation again. Can you type 5 in chat if you can see my presentation? Let me see those fives in chat. Okay, I see first fives. Great. You see, testing is needed everywhere. Even things like this are happening. So that's completely fine. Let's move on here, right? So we were talking about the $50 deal. This is great. This is not something we really offer that often, but that is something that is really helpful for people to really see who we are, what we are like, what is our course like, if that's something you are actually interested in or not. So this is a great opportunity. But something I have to mention, this offer is extremely limited. It's not something we have on for a while, just through the year or something. Pretty much all we can offer in here is just 24 hours for you guys to join. Very soon we start our course. I will talk about it in just a minute. But we only open this option for 24 hours. If you want to join us for just $50, see what it's like, this is the way to go. This is something you can use. So mark for you, if you're interested in that, tomorrow, January 10, 9 p.m. is when this offer expires. So make sure to use it if you're interested in that. I will share a link of how you can access that in chat so that you can learn more about it and secure your spot on this extremely good offer. Trust me, there is no course that offers you the same. Some of them offer you just free recording of first session from last time they had live. Well, that is disrespectful, at least. So we are actually offering you to try our course and go with us for the first 2 weeks with the rest of our students. So you really feel what the course is like. And this is the great opportunity for you guys to use. So make sure you use it. Now, with that, talking about our plans. This Thursday, we already beginning our course. So this will be the first session, more about introduction and trying to understand and establish the basics of QA engineering, right? And all those things I mentioned in a couple slides ago. And that is also the reason why this offer is so limited. We are already very close to the start, and pretty much Thursday we start. So evening of Wednesday is the last chance you can really join us. So hopefully this is enough time for you to go through it, to understand that this is a great opportunity to join. And Thursday we start. We will have 2 live sessions a week. On average, our students spend about 10 hours a week going through live sessions, doing homework assignments. This depends on week. Some weeks you have more tasks, other weeks are easier and you have less things to do. But on average, somewhat about 2 hours per day during the week is what you can expect to go through. So again, this is a learning process. You've got to learn, put a little bit of commitment, and that will put you up ahead in your career a lot. I know what I'm talking about. And again, as that motivation, like why would you do that? 80 to 100,000 a year sounds like a decent pay. And indeed, it is. It's a very good pay. And that's something you can establish with ease, with the help of our course. And something very, very important. What do you get with the course? You get a well-respected, in-demand profession that provides job security and decent pay. That is exactly what we are offering. Our course is just a way to get there. But this is where we had to, and that's where we can help you to get to. With that, we are coming to questions and answers. Let's see in chat if you guys have any questions. Feel free to ask anything you might be interested in. definitely do not leave. We are not done yet. We still have a great offers for you guys. So once we're done with questions here, we will be able to discuss some of the greater options, even much greater than we discussed before. So for now, I'd like to see some questions in chat. So while I'm waiting for it, let me have some water. I know we have a bit of delay, so that makes sense. Again, this course is more about what you can accomplish. We never focus on just providing you hard skills. We never focus on just, making you do something you don't like. This course is about helping you guys to achieve your goals, your career goals, your financial goals, your perspectives, right? Your ever-growing respect, because the higher you get in this industry, the higher positions you obtain, the more respect you get as well. And of course, your pay increases and your skill set growth. You can also apply some of the skills you learned for your day-to-day stuff. Like I learned how to bring up servers, like local servers, to share the files. And sometime we were using it like to share between computers. We were using my internal server, which I just happened to learn during the process. I also learned some of the security things like cybersecurity, right? And how to fight hackers and pretty much be myself as a white hat hacker. So all of that is very cool, and all of that you can achieve with our course. Okay, here's the question. Do you offer only bundles or also offer QA automation course separate? Oh yeah, that's a good question. Again, I mentioned it before. You can have either of the courses. That is included with our basic package, so that you can have either manual or automation. We have both of those available, and whatever you prefer. Again, if you already work as a manual QA, or you have that opportunity to grow in your company if you show the knowledge of your automation skills, great. This is an opportunity that will help you a lot, so that this is something that will be helpful for you. And you can have that. And again, I will talk about bundles and separate courses with better prices in just a couple minutes. Now, let's see if you have any more questions in chat before we move on. Oh, and by the way, I also wanted to mention that if you have questions later on, or you might want to discuss some details about the course, something we did not mention here, maybe some different options about payments, you can book a quick call with us. So this is the link I shared in chat, and you can schedule time and we will talk, just, brief 10-15 minute call, go over some things that you might be interested in, pick the time that works for you, so that, I will not be calling you in the midst of the day when you're talking to your boss on your current job, or arguing with your wife about that, the bacon is not cooked enough or something like that. So I would not distract you, but you can book a free call with me. We will go over some things that you are interested in, and that'll be very helpful. Right. Is there a monthly payment option? Yes. Thanks for the question. Yes, there are monthly payment options. Again, we do not pressure you to pay everything up front. Most of our students are paying bi-monthly. That makes sense because, of course, we get salaries and we pay for it. I know what it's like to go through courses myself. So definitely, we do offer monthly payments. And if you'd like to talk about different options, we can also, again, schedule the call and discuss all the details. But most of the information about payments we will also discuss in just a minute, right when we're done with the questions right here. So just 1 minute with that. Right, do we have any more questions as of now. No, I don't see more questions right now. That's totally fine. Again, guys, you can book a free call. You can reach out to us in Instagram. We will reply there just as well. I know some people are shy to call. Social anxiety is something I'm not a stranger to. Me talking, so confidently with you now is, well, a result of me going through a lot. And like 5-7 years ago, I would not be able to do it at all. But yeah, with time, everything is changing. But if you have the social anxiety and you don't really want to talk in person, feel free to reach out to us through Instagram chat. Just texting is much easier. So that is an option for you as well. Okay, so with that, let's move on to some of the special offers. Some things we discussed, right? Something that we can offer for you even better than the things we talked about before. So let's look again at the packages we have. So those are prices that we get. That is our, normal prices. Of course, right now we have a promotional period. So these prices are not the final prices. These prices are much better. Much lower. You get a pretty decent discount just for those who buy the course within following days. So we start Thursday. Again, this is pretty much very, very, very close. So these prices will be available only for those who are buying today, and depending on your time zone, can be tomorrow. So reach out to us. We can talk about the details in here, but these are the prices. And obviously you do not have to pay, again, everything up front. On your screen right now, you can see different options to pay by month. And I also show here how many months it includes, so that our basic package, it lasts a bit more than 2 months. So it actually goes about 10 weeks or so. But since we are breaking it down by months, there will be only 2 payments. Our advanced package, we go again, manual and QA and job placement, right? So with all of that, it takes roughly around 8 weeks to go through skills of manual part, about 10 weeks to go through automation, roughly, and then job placement assistance. So that concludes to about 5 months. So that's the reason why we break it down by 5 months. And same applies for our premium package. So those are great prices. But if you go to our website where we have all the detailed information, including curriculum and other things you will be interested about the course, right here, the chat, you can see that QA full course link. You can learn about all the details and find our regular prices. Okay, those are the regular prices. Actually, let me demonstrate that for you. So right here on the screen, this is our page where you can learn more about our course and all the details. As I mentioned, you can learn about what it includes, what we offer, all the details, some of the things we include. Here is the curriculum. So you can go through each week right here, look, what is it like, what you can expect to learn month by month. Again, this is broken down for manual part is about first 2 months, and starting month number 3, we go for automation, and we'll learn about a lot of stuff. For our students, there is so much ahead. Again, we are very proud about the course. This course is, not a coincidence we call it the best QA course ever, because that's the best we can make. We include everything and even more. Family approach is something that not a single other course offers. So this is something we are very proud of. But the thing I wanted to show you right here are the packages. And if you'd like to enroll, you can go to Enroll Now button right here. And to get the best price, something that I just showed you right here on this screen, you will need to use a code that I'm sending to you right now in chat. So if you go to this payment page, you will see the full price, right? That is the monthly payment for you. However, down here you can see have a coupon, and in there you can provide a coupon, apply it, and boom, that saves you quite a bit of money, right? You can see how it lowered the price for each month. So this is not just the first time payment, right? This discount will be with you through all the months as you go. And this code can be applied to any package you use. So please, this is the best offer we really can make in here. We are trying to, be up ahead of competition. We are helping our students a lot. And this is something that we are, again, proud of because prices we offer are good. Those are very competitive prices. Obviously, we are not the cheapest course on the market, but there is something with it. You can find some courses that promise, like, I know there is one school that offers 6 weeks, and they tell you you will learn manual and automation and be able to work after 6 weeks. Everything all together. What a nonsense it is. Completely impossible. Even if you do not sleep through all the 6 weeks, it is hard to really comprehend everything. And QA testing is about understanding the context. You've got to get enough skills to be able to provide all the needed information that you have to provide being a QA engineer. So again, this is the code. It'll be available for you up until tomorrow, January 10, 9 p.m. Again, this is roughly because different time zones and stuff. So if you struggle with that, if your coupon does not work or you have this time difference, reach out to us. Book a quick call, type to our chat in Instagram. You can call us anytime in just a phone call. Just a second, I'll share a number with you guys. So this is a phone number. You can call directly to us. We will help you with, making a payment, setting up the right way. We'll also provide you all the details and everything that involves and revolves around our course. So all of that is just for you guys. But special offers do not end here. I mentioned it quite a few times that we are a family. You can see that is our kid. That is Daniel. That's our son. And we know how hard it is for families. And we definitely know what it's like when two guys are joining the same industry and change their life to best. So if you are a couple, if you join us together, we encourage it. And we will not charge you twice for it. Pay for just one student and you get access for both of you. This is especially helpful if you are looking to change the career. Both of you want to make more money, want to get well-respected job, want to get the job security. QA testers are not those who can be just easily laid off and get rid of. We are crucial. We provide quality. And if stakeholders are not happy with the quality of the output your company provides, that's the problem for them. They will lose their money. So no one will invest in them if they do not provide a quality product. And we are the one that ensure that quality. So we are essential in pretty much any software company. And there are, well, quite a few of them throughout the States and other countries just as well. So you double your chances for just one student payment. This is a great opportunity for all the students and especially, well, couples. Right. So if you want to use this offer, something, again, very special, and not a lot of schools provide the same, reach out to us. We do not have that as a special website or a special payment option yet. We will establish everything for you. So please reach out to us, again, in chat. And for those who are watching recording, it'll be in the description below. You will have all the contact information. So make sure you reach out to us and we will discuss all the details, how we can make that work. Right. And with that, I will again leave you with the contact us information right here. So phone number, I shared it in chat. You can book a call. In case you didn't know, you can use your camera on your phone and just, point it to the QR code. It will take you to the page, which I also shared in chat. You can reach out to us over email or use social media. You can reach out to me in LinkedIn. You can just type my name, Dimitrov Silivonchik. And also the Testers Family is the account we have for, our videos, and some of you guys came here from our account, and thank you so much for joining us today. You can, again, reach out to us in there. We're answering everyone who writes down to us in direct messages. So feel free to do that just as well. And so that is all the information I really wanted to share with you guys. Thanks everyone for staying up until here. I believe that the offers we provided here are very competitive, very interesting, something that can really change your life, something that can increase your life quality, but make you happy, as we established as well, and really give you a sense of respect, of job security. And, the income part is also great. So that is something that is very interesting. Once again, I will share another offer, very special. This is the link to our 2-week special. So you can try our course before you actually enroll in it. So this is going to help you understand whether it's right for you. And you don't lose much, right? $50 is like, what? Go out to dinner? Maybe McDonald's this time for 2? It's hell expensive now. And, it's not that much of money, but that will really help you to understand whether you like it. If you don't like your profession, you will suffer. But if that's something you like, or at least something that does not bother you that much, great. And this is your chance to really get that feeling, to really understand if that's right for you. So again, very limited offers that we established in today. The recording will be shared as soon as we can, as soon as it will be processed by the system. And all of these offers are available up until 9 p.m. tomorrow. So make sure you do not hesitate, do not waste your time here. But if you have your questions, we are available for you. Call us over the phone number. Book a call to find the best spot so that we can talk at your convenience. You can also apply coupon codes if you want to start being our student right now. Code is shared here in chat and will be in description just as well. So with that, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for listening and being a part of our community. I am definitely looking forward for every one of you to join our family-led and mentored course that will definitely get you to your goals. Thank you very much. See you later.